Oh, I'm kind of a big fucking deal. Oh, yeah.
I think he just...
Jeez Louise.
That's awesome.
Jeez
Look at him over there.
He's
High
so
roller.
Proud. So proud.
Yeah, get in the fucking 2020, buddy. I mean, you're behind on technology.
Roller.
Oh, yeah. Kind of a big deal.
Let's see if...
Kind of a big deal.
All right, guys, welcome. We're going to get, now that you can hear and see us okay, we are going to get going. Yeah, David Schwartz, we were mentioning before we went live that, yeah, we're midday here and for once and doing it a little bit earlier. We got somebody from Scotland, too, earlier we saw in the chat.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock there. Shout out Scotland, right? Isn't that what he said, guys?
Yeah.
That would be...
Number one.
Where'd it go?
Martin Mitchell. Hey, guys, looking forward to the second live event I've attended. It's 2,200 hours in Scotland.
It's 10 p.m. for those of you for not on military time.
Nice.
Live video broadcast and chat for our exclusive mid-level and above patron members. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it.
Hey, Bikeaholics, 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the Motorcycle LED lighting innovators.
I like the gold.
I like a gold. For the CAN bus plug and play system compatibility, head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D products.
So good.
Want to ride longer? Tired of a sore and achy ass? Then fix it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full lineup of butt buffer seat cushions. We're going to start out with something fun. This is not political in any way, and we're not going to get political. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. This shit is funny.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
The Me Too movement has forced a cultural reckoning around the issue of sexual violence and harassment against women in America.
No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger. And so we have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. Very poor choice of words. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean it, but think how we think about it.
And why should the voters believe that you can win the national election?
I was a Democratic caucus. You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. I got your work straight, Jack. Look, here's the deal. I'm not voting for you. Well, I knew you weren't, man. You think I thought you'd stand up and vote for me? You're too old to vote for me. I'm not sedentary. I get up and no, let him go. Let him go. Look, the reason I'm running is because I've been around a long time and I know more than most people know. And I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape line, let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take the night T-shirt. But the Taoiseach knows a lot about it. His mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And although your mom's still alive. Your dad passed. God bless her soul.
That's just unfortunate.
I got to get this straight.
Yes.
Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up, he said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they in those days, used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in the rain barrel, get them rusty. And it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I love kids jumping on my lap.
I thought that was fake when it came out.
Discipline about paying for what you spend. I'm up for re-election this year, and I'm going to remind everybody what I did at home, which is going to cost me politically. When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I meant veterans benefits. I meant every single solitary thing in the government. And I not only tried it once, I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time. And thank you, Dr. Pepper, and thank you, Chancellor, or Dr. Paper, and thank you, Chancellor.
We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts.
Paul Ryan was correct when he did the tax code. What's the first thing he decided we had to go after? Social Security and Medicare. Now, we need to do something about Social Security and Medicare. That's the only way you can find room to pay for it.
We've acted together. We have never been unable to overcome whatever the problem was. If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330 and help me in this fight. Thank you very much.
All right, guys.
The big debates tonight.
Yeah,
This will obviously come out afterwards, but
if you're listening in podcast format, it is, as the time of recording, you'll be listening to this in months, but at the time of recording, it is the first presidential debate. Yeah, by the time this actually comes out to the regular non-patron audience, it'll be well after the election, probably.
Exactly.
So that'll give you a little context. It's funny no matter if it's before or after the election. It's funny every time I watch it.
Oh, yeah.
There's one more. We're not going to play it. We're going to get in the podcast, but there's one more funny one. If you find it on YouTube, it's all the, that one was audio, but the other one's funny to watch because it's all the inappropriate hugs to women and, stuff like
kids and
it's
shit.
just clip after clip. So they're fun. Again, we're not getting political here, whatever. We're just having fun with that stuff.
Just talk like this?
Yeah, come on.
Just,
If you talk
it's just
like
funny.
this. It is. It's
serious.
Just brings a tear to my eye. You lying dog-faced pony soldier. Remember, I kept telling you that every time you call me, I go, "Shut up, you lying dog-faced pony soldier." I did it to Big Daddy a couple times. He's like, he didn't see it on the news or nothing. He's like, "What the fuck does that mean?" I go, "Doesn't matter. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier."
We don't know.
Nobody knows what it means.
Don't know.
My wife, I'd walk around the house, tell my kids that, like, "Would you stop?" I'm like, "You're all lying dog-faced pony soldiers." All right.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless. With the Rick Rack quick attach luggage system and quality bag, head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's do this. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be a good time.
Get it on down the road.
Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%ers, baby.
large
And in charge.
of the motorcycle scene. More than any time in history. That's right. By being here, by listening, whether you like it or not, and I know you like it, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
There you go. That's right, guys.
So good.
We do have just one question before we get started. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
That's right.
Noise.
Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law-Abiding Biker podcast, and your
high-tech redneck.
You heard him right there, of course, just ripping it up right on cue. Popeye
Oh, yeah.
on the mic.
There he is.
And we got,
Nice.
that's right, right here.
Play my song, Ryan.
Yeah,
Play my
buddy.
song, buddy.
Only if you dance for us.
There's not enough room. They won't be able to see
You
me.
got to pay to be got to be a patron to see this stuff. You
Oh,
get
yeah.
your moves on. Get your moves on.
Sweet moves.
That's what you pay for.
Cowboy and Popeye.
What's up,
down
everybody?
From Wenatchee. Thanks for being here, guys.
Good time.
Yeah.
And we're rolling a little bit earlier today, so some of you guys around the world at the time of recording can actually see it. So we're going to dive in because we're going to try to stick on time. Look, we're already still going 15, but we're going to
Haven't
try
even
to
gotten
stick
anywhere.
to close to an hour. We're going to do episode 1 of 1. If you're a regular podcast listener, you're going to get this months after this, which is fine. But we are live with our patron members. We would love to have you be part of that, of course. Like to chat with you, get to know you better, have fun like we do here, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And so we're going to do it's two parts. first one is live. We're going to do one of two, and then we're going to do the other one right on the back of it. But we're not going to stay live, guys, just because it's a lot to ask for people to commit. So we'll do one live, but don't worry, all of you, by tomorrow, I will upload part 2 right in the back of your Patreon account. So all you mid-level and above, you can pick right up on part 2 and get it months before everybody else like we've been doing. So you'll get early access. This part 2 just won't be live. We'll go off live after part 1, if that makes sense. So let's
Fear not.
Ryan likes to post those in the back.
I like it.
Patron.
Yep, posting it right in the back
door.
end.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's how I roll. All right, so new free video, real quick, guys. Sturgis 2020 attendance. We were talking about this a little bit.
Good. So
Only
good.
slightly down due to COVID-19. It's a
watch it.
sneak peek to the documentary film, which I will be going and edit hopefully sometime this fall, usually October, November. I'm kind of dreading it because it's a big one. These guys know.
Lots of video, tons of video. Bikeaholics, I am betting this will be Ryan's best project yet.
Oh man, see now the pressure. Now I'm just gonna.
Popeye threw it out there.
God, dude,
Calling him out.
Now you're screwed.
Throwing down the gauntlet.
Screwed, Ryan.
I can't handle the pressure,
Yikes.
bro. I'm gonna go nuts.
Y'all saw the Oregon video and how good that one was.
That's recently out.
And
Yeah.
He has got so much content on this one. We had Cowboy filming, Lurch filming, as well, obviously, as Ryan filming. This thing's going to be top notch, you guys.
I did have a lot of help. I appreciate
so much
that.
Video.
We're probably going to be talking about that a bit because Cowboy here is a creator too. We've talked about it a bit in the past, but it was super nice to have him along because he's running a camera. Now, Lurch will gladly tell you, I gave Lurch a dumb cam.
Sweet camera.
And he knows, and I showed him very specific settings, just get something, get some stuff. And it's a good camera I gave him, don't get me wrong, but he just doesn't have necessarily yet. He's learning the creative eye.
He's admin.
Yeah,
He's admin. What do you expect? He knows how to type. Yeah, to create in the moment. Yeah,
He's got people to do shit.
he knows how to read policies and shit. But Cowboy is a creator, and he's got a YouTube channel himself, which we've talked about. Shout out that YouTube channel again.
So it's Send It Productions.
Send It Productions. He's doing.
Just got it official, LLC and everything. Got a website up.
It's looking good. He does photography stuff. He's got the YouTube channel where he reviews some stuff, and he's going to do a vlog on his trip down here today. So that'll be kind of cool, behind the scenes of them coming down, the podcast here, and then heading back. So yeah, check his channel out. But anyways, he's a creator, so he has his own gear, his own camera, and he has a creative eye. And so I can't wait. I actually just put it on a hard drive as he came down. He brought it to me, and I just dumped it on my hard drive. So I'll add it to the collection of stuff, and I can't wait to start going through it. He had sent me some because I used some of it in that little this video right here, sneak peek to our documentary. So check it out. I'll put it in the show notes, lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number it is. And of course, it's on the YouTube channel. Just look for it. It's one of the last 5 videos I posted. It has the same thumbnail as the thumbnail of this live. So look for that on the public side, and you'll see that. So real good. We're going to dive in. This is all going to be about our Sturgis trip. Of course, we love our sponsors up front, and they've been with us a long time. We got to meet them. We're going to talk about that in Sturgis. But these people right here are also sponsors of this episode.
Dennis Cropper of Tyndale, South Dakota, top tier member. Tony Corbett of Waterford Township, Michigan. Ant Williamson of Meekensville, Virginia.
Mechanicsville, right?
Mechanicsville.
That's what it looks. That's
Mechanicsville.
awesome.
Oh shit!
I love that.
Top tier member. We thank you.
Oh man, Derek Goodwin, Rapid City, South Dakota.
Look at
What's
there.
up, buddy?
Right where we
Top
stayed.
tier event. That's what I'm talking about. Stephen Broad of Greensboro, North Carolina, and Ken Neubauer, maybe,
Cornelius, Oregon.
Oregon. Never heard of it, but that's awesome.
Tad Leroy of Port St. Lucie, Florida, or is it Lucie or Lush? I can't remember. Top tier member Tad Leroy. We got Tad Leroy. Got them both. This guy's in multiple places. He's also got Tad Leroy of Dassel, Minnesota, of top
And
tier.
he's a top tier.
How did we do that?
Holy shit!
I think
he's
Ryan's
everywhere.
fudging numbers now.
No, this is Matt. I'm blaming this on Matt.
Raul Palma of Rancho Cucamonga, sorry, California. California
Nice.
plays on fire right now.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow.
All right.
We don't talk about
literally
that, right?
on fire.
On fire, yeah. No shit. Now, to correct the record, we're just going to stay on here, guys, because I'm just kind of anal that way. And we're going to... Lurch and I both enter new patron members into that.
Keep this music on. I'm going to have to break out of Jameson here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So we just blaming Lurch? Or?
Yeah. It's Lurch. Well, he's not here. It's easy.
David Leroy.
David Leroy and Tad Leroy.
Yeah. So this is the new one, though. He signed up in 2020. So it's Tad Leroy. Is that what was on there?
Yeah. That's on
Tad
there
Leroy,
twice.
and he's actually
from Port so
Luce.
the first one.
So the first one's correct. Yep.
Port St. Louis, Florida.
There you go. Just wanted to crack that for the record. Lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you because you can put a monthly cap. There are benefits. T-shirts, stickers. You get in the private Facebook group, which you also get access to these live video broadcasts and chat. You get podcasts months early, like I've already mentioned, and access to our premium videos up on request. And patron membership and that community is continuing to grow. It just doesn't stop, and we appreciate it. All right, let's dive in. So
let's go.
Sturgis Trip 2020. I'll get it started off real quick, and then we'll dive into some of the meat and potatoes of it. But to get started, I actually this year didn't have anybody going from the Yakima area. Never mind, that was the other trip. I had Lurch with me. So
and you had Justin with you. You're all fucked
we did,
up. You
dude,
started this thing. You didn't
I'm
know what
off
you're
on
doing.
trips. I'm all screwed up, dude. So never mind. I was thinking of the Oregon trip I left by myself. This one,
he's drunk.
Yeah, I am drunk. This one, we actually, the three of us, we met at Starbucks and here in town and rolled out from the parking lot there. So we had to, that day for us was from the Selah, Washington area, Eastern Washington State to Missoula. It was a 431-mile day, 8 hours, 30-minute saddle time for us. I know it was longer for you guys.
Pushing 600 for us.
Was it 600 the first day?
Mm-hmm.
So the Wenatchee guys here coming down from Wenatchee, but we needed to meet at a central location. So, oh, look at.
Y'all messed up?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
I forgot Squid got a new bike for this trip.
Yeah. So Squid's bike started going to shit on the West Coast unsanctioned Patreon meetup. And a bunch of us from the lab crew rode down to that one, and Squid's bike started making a funny noise at that point. And he was trying to decide, well, he took it in to get it checked out, and they basically told him, your motor's effed. Mm-hmm. And it was going to need a total rebuild, and it was probably going to take beyond Sturgis. Would have been one of, they may have been able to get it back, but still, they would have given him fair trade value, or they would have, for a new bike, or they would have fixed his bike because it's under warranty. Had 50-something thousand miles on it. He rides a lot. It's a 2016 or 15
Ultra
or something
limited,
like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know why he called me. That's not a very good idea.
Pretty bad idea.
Yeah, so he called me asking, should he get a new bike? Well,
yes.
Lo and behold, because he was asking, is it worth it with all the new stuff? And I'm like, dude, that new 114 motor is a rocket. It's a rocket. And so I told him, kind of what my thoughts were, and he went and bought a new bike. So he showed up for Sturgis trip on a new bike.
Mm-hmm. It's a beauty too.
So can we not skip the one right above that though? Because I still hold that you guys were late. Because we
late?
showed up to the right spot.
You're late as shit.
And then you guys were still late. So
where was the right spot
in a row.
posted? Because Matt failed me on this.
2 years in a row you guys have been late.
I posted it. I posted like the link. So we have what we use is GroupMe. So we put out on GroupMe of where we're, what we're doing, where we're meeting and stuff. And so I'd put out, here's the meetup spot. We're meeting at 0900 or whatever. Well, Dumb and Dumber show up at the spot where we were there
right at 9.
No, they weren't. They were late to the spot
Not at
we were
your
supposed
spot,
to meet at.
In Othello, Washington.
Yeah, so they're late to where we were supposed to not meet up. And then so I was like, you guys are at the wrong damn spot. So this is customary for us.
Yep.
We're late
Start
getting
the
on the
trip
road.
out right.
Start the trip late.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had a Cowboy over there getting some video for me. I got some video on where we were, so that probably make the documentary somehow, I assume. So, so we met up in Othello, Washington. It is the farming town in the middle of frickin' nowhere. We all took off from there. We met up. Let's see. Tri-Cities guys were there. Yep. We had the Tri-Cities crew.
That's where we all met up. Everybody met up there. It's fairly, because where we were taking off from, that was a fairly convenient spot because we took off and Was that? I don't remember what road that was we got on. But anyway, the highway that we were going towards our final destination that day begins there, basically. Well, I shouldn't say. The highway we're first getting on starts right where our meetup point was.
Right.
So we all met up there. It was a fairly central location for all of us to meet.
Yep. Down, we went south by Pullman and all that. And that 95, 395? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I still think that's part of 395, I think.
It is.
But yeah, oh shit, I'm going to pull up our ride planner here.
Oh, you can keep talking if you want. I'm just pulling up ride planner.
So yeah, we pulled up. It goes down through towards Pullman area. And
it's farmland. It's one of the most boring drives in Washington State.
Until you get out there ways, though, because then you get into a scenic byway. It is... shit, I can't remember the name of that scenic byway, but it gets pretty awesome. Once the closer you get to, is that Colfax? It's
Colfax,
yeah. Colfax.
So once you get down into that area, it gets pretty cool. Nice twisty roads, some rolling hills and whatnot. And it's a pretty neat area of Washington. You get away from a lot of traffic, but you do start getting closer to Pullman and Wazoo. Washington State University is down in that area as well, and then started going south. From that area.
All right, I brought up ride planner. I don't think we're really gonna need to refer to it, but
BDK is saying 26 to Pullman.
It is 26.
26 to Pullman. Yeah, BDK.
Look
at there, big daddy. If you guys got any store questions or anything like that about products in the store, he's ripping it up down there. So you can ask Big Daddy right there. Don't forget 26. We got it. There's a delay.
Thanks, BDK. We got it, buddy.
There's about a 10-second delay. So BDK's on here if you guys want to shoot him any questions. Don't forget, in the store, we don't have all our Vance and Hines listings. We're working on it. We have some, but anything... Yeah, he's been doing a lot of special orders. So patron members, we have access to Tucker Rocky, distributor, Vance and Hines. We have a ton of stuff, tools. A lot of the stuff you guys can get elsewhere, you can just hit Big Daddy if it's not listed on our store, and we'll see what kind of price we can get with your patron discount. So, hit him up down there if you want him or Goat down there. So, all right. So let me get back to our notes here. So this was kind of cool. This is something I put on the ride plan that I really wanted to hit. I found it when me and Oscar were making the ride plan, and it's the old, if you get a chance, it's the old Spiral Highway.
We hit it on the 75th.
Yes, we did. Yeah. We did.
Remember, we
rode up it and back down it or something.
We were at our hotel, I think, and somebody told us, "Hey, did you guys go ride this?" Or, what is that?
I had forgotten. I found it, and I forgot that we rode that. You had reminded me.
Yeah. Some guy just points us in the direction. Hey, you guys, this was like on the 75th anniversary, so 5 years ago. You guys go to try riding that. So we did. We went and ripped up it like that evening or something, maybe, or the next morning before we headed out of town.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway,
vaguely. No, it's fine. I do vaguely remember that once you brought it up. I was like, oh shit, that's right. I just didn't even realize it was the same highway.
It's a cool road. I don't know if you've got the stats on how many turns are on it or whatnot, but it's filled with it. You don't have to look it up,
It's.
But
that's why we have.
Soft
the
push
Google machine.
Soft push from Popeye. Wow, if you want to look it up, you don't have to look it up, but if you want to.
Because I got the other guy over here who was prepared, and he's got iPad and stuff, and he can look stuff up. We got Popeye over here. Hey, look that up.
Just shit off the top of my head. Hey, remember this? No, I don't remember that. No.
Yeah, that was a cool road.
The imagination of the dude's head, of Popeye's head.
That was a cool road.
So the old Spiral Highway, the old Lewiston grade, is 7.3 miles long, constructed in 1917. So took 64 turns to traverse 2,000 feet of elevation change. It's definitely worth it, guys. It's just, a ton of switchbacks, and it's beautiful. Corners, because you're dropping down into this 2-lane alignment of US Route 95. Okay.
Riding up is better. I mean, just because you can rip pretty good if you're going up the hill.
Wasn't that one, though, that had some pretty gnarly tar snakes in the corners?
Yes,
a couple times, you start getting a little crazy in those corners.
And it was hot. It was damn near 100. So those tar snakes were... They were...
and it seemed like, sticky? Wasn't there gravel, too?
Squishy.
There was gravel in some of the corners,
on the outside
too.
corner,
But cool highway. And I got some great footage. That'll make the documentary film. I got... Popeye assisted me and everybody else with getting the drone up in the air, so I was able to get some really cool drone shots that are. In fact, I think, I can't remember if I put them in that sneak peek, but there you go. So from there, it was to lunch. It was going to be 4 hours and 30 minutes. So Here's where we stop in.
Yeah.
Remember this place?
Oh, yeah.
The north. How do you say it? She told me to Osaka. I think it's Osaka, Idaho, because I asked Osaka.
You got it on the video.
I do.
Yeah.
I asked her how to say it because for the documentary.
Yeah.
Right. I don't remember.
That looks right.
Yeah. So we pull into
Nowhere.
No, that wasn't. Where am I looking at here? That wasn't it. That was that little gas stop, or not even a gas stop, where we pulled in, and you're talking about. Are you talking about where all the little rally cars were?
No,
remember the little hole in the wall bar where we were the
that
only.
was Oregon.
Yeah, we were the only ones there, and it was like
the son
and mom, and she's yelling at him. We had to get off
the main highway.
Yeah,
we were going
Remember,
towards
Ryan
Lolo.
thought we were going the wrong way.
We had to get off and go
we
back.
went back,
and it's the only place open. And some people got like, I think I got a burger. You remember now?
Yep. Yeah. So we're riding along the river. I don't remember what river that is.
I can't remember either.
But yeah, look that up. But we're
bastards.
What road was that? Because that was a cool road too. That was coming up over towards Lolo Pass. We're at the base of Lolo.
Yeah, you're going towards Lolo.
Yeah, you're coming out of Lewiston, still going what?
East,
northeast there.
Well, we're heading from Washington to fucking South Dakota. So
Oh, God,
and we're
here we
going
go.
east.
Right, that's a different story.
Here we go.
East.
So we're riding along this beautiful river. But yeah, like you were saying, Ryan ends up calling me on the phone. He's like, basically, hey, where the hell are you going? Do you know where you're going? Because there's no river crossings. There's really only one bridge. So we had to go. I'm following Ride Planner, and Ride Planners tell me to go. I don't know. It's like 5 miles beyond our lunch spot, and then take a left and go over the river on the only bridge that's there, and then start heading back to what direction, Cowboy?
That would be back
west.
East.
West. We're going east. We had to turn around and went west.
This is fun. Actually, it was northwest. Spot. I mean, if you want to get particular.
God, here we go.
Yeah, I don't. Cruising into there. Little hole in the wall place, flooded in there, with, I don't know how many, we had 14 people or something like that. And I'm sure they were appreciative.
They were.
Make some business.
We filled that place. I mean,
we filled it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool little spot, little hole in the wall. They had cold beer, which
it's 12 you're going over.
Highway 12,
right?
That's out of, or is that in Montana at that point?
From Lewiston, yeah, and then you're
probably right on the Montana-Idaho border, maybe.
The Lolo Pass is actually the border at the summit.
Okay.
Yeah, the summit.
We're still in Idaho then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I think that's
cruising along Highway 12,
Pierce.
and what river would that be then?
Well, God.
Oh fuck, you went.
I didn't do that.
Come on,
this is Ride Planner, dude. Freaking thing does that.
Oh yeah, glitchy.
She's
a little Just glitchy. Zoom in by Lewiston.
There
you'll
you
see
go. Not that anybody really gives a shit.
No, we'll move on.
We're half hour into this thing.
We haven't
even got out of Washington State yet.
Yeah, we are. We're in Idaho.
She must have. She did though. They were nice folks.
Oh yeah.
Because she came out at the very end and she asked, "Are you guys?" Because she saw the LE on the vests and she asked if we were law enforcement. Her and her son. Maybe you weren't. Some guys were out and are going to the bathroom. She goes, "We just appreciate your guys' service so much with things that are going on, and thank you for serving and thank you for visiting our restaurant." Just
that's cool.
Good old America right there. You know what I mean? So,
and it was hot.
Welcome to Idaho, people.
And it was getting hot, and it was going to get hotter. So Lolo Pass, we rode this back. We rode it the 75th when we went to the 75th anniversary of Sturgis. Always a great ride. Elevation 5,233 feet. There's a place to stop at the top there. Now, this is the gas debacle. Why don't you talk about this? This is the first debacle.
Before the gas.
Oh yeah, go ahead. But am I missing shit?
Because here's a little info for a lot of you guys who are out there riding. We're getting towards the summit, and maybe we'd made it over the summit a little bit. Anyway, we'd lost Lurch, and you were usually riding the back and filming, but we lost Lurch, and so we all pulled over, and after we didn't see him in the side mirror there for a while, and Lurch comes up and. After we'd been sitting there, 10 minutes or something, like, where the hell have you been? He's talking about his bike is making a funny noise.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the whine.
And on the corner, he's kind of getting a
nice dude
type of noise.
Who can do it the best?
Lee's got
I'm going to do
it.
Come on, cowboy.
Speed
cowboy. Cowboy.
Too high pitched.
He's hauling ass.
Too fast.
That's right. Sorry, this is Lurch we're talking about.
Yeah. Safety source. Safety source.
Here's your pass, and I'm.
That's a street bob being pegged out.
So he's all worried his bike's falling apart, and he comes up and he's, to the group, catches up, like, where the hell you been? Oh, my bike's making a funny noise. And what type of noise? And so
Lurch does it pretty good.
He
too.
does do it pretty good.
does.
So he starts describing it to me. I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, that's like my last 2 bikes have done that. So basically what happens is if you start getting that freaking noise, chances are your back tire is getting worn out. And by the time I got home from this trip, I had to replace my rear tire. But it's just when you get low and it starts flattening it out and you get up, you'll kind of get cupping on the side of your tires and whatnot.
That's the cupping, yeah.
Yeah, it's the cupping, and then obviously probably the texture of the road.
If you're on asphalt, you won't hear it very much, but if you're on that smoother pavement, it'll really whine on you.
I had some places that I could almost be going straight.
Yeah.
And if I barely even leaned, I'd get it. I'd get some whooping from it. But
Whooping.
Get
some whooping from it.
So anyway, yeah, we're heading up towards the pass, and I knew the boys in the back. That would be Cowboy and Squirt. Those 2 are in the back.
Squirt hasn't been on a podcast yet. We'll get him on here.
We'll have to get him down. So anyway, those guys are both riding street bobs, and I'm thinking, shit, I don't know how far the next gas stop is, but it'll probably be fine. Pretty sure it'll probably be fine. So we did actually pass. I don't know if you guys noticed. I know you noticed.
did.
Real quick, by the way, this is off the back of our
did
Oregon trip debacle where we ran out of gas with the guys with the smaller
We didn't
tanks.
run out of gas.
Well, basically.
We didn't run out.
Okay.
I haven't lost anybody yet. So
Haven't lost anybody yet.
I keep telling Cowboy and Squirt, I'm like, I fucking haven't lost anybody yet. I haven't ran out of gas yet. So we're going up and over the top. And just before the summit, there's like a little resort area. And they did have a Sinclair that was there on the right-hand side, which is a fuel stop. Fuck. It'll be fine. I'm sure this
off the back of Oregon trip where we said we're going to plan better.
Everything was downhill from there. So you wouldn't be burning as much fuel. And I started going slower too to conserve more fuel at that point. If you ride 60 to 65, you can get better fuel mileage.
Popeye slower, really?
Slowed it down a little.
He says 60, 65, 70.
So we slowed down to conserve a little bit of fuel. But yeah, so anyway, we get to the top. There's a little pull out there, a little like rest area spot, and they're all freaked out about fuel. And I'm like, and Sarge is making frickin'.
He was betting right away.
Oh yeah,
he didn't even wait. He's like, well, I got $5. Cowboys goes out first. I'm like, it's the same bike.
They both have 5-gallon tanks.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So he's making bets. And then,
Sarge
what are we going to do if we
betting
run
right
out? I'm like, well, no sense in freaking the fuck out about it now because there's nothing we can do. If we run out, we run out. We'll figure it out.
All right. The word freaking out. It's a little over dramatic, Popeye.
I
don't think anybody was freaking out.
So anyway, we mate it up to the gas stop, and that's where we met who? Oh, you weren't there.
Your new girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If Squirt was on here, he could tell you the name.
Crazy girl.
Some little meth head comes running out, and she obviously loves bikers.
Yeah.
And wants to...
Or just big guys.
Right.
And wants to jump on one of our bikes and take a picture. I'm just going, oh my God.
This wasn't at the summit.
No, this was down at the actual gas station.
Yeah.
You had pulled in a little bit later.
I
you
did,
guys were
because I was flying the drone at the summit. I was getting some drone shots of you guys.
were filming, and so Tanner was down there just laughing his ass off. Squirt. He's laughing his ass off.
Yeah, they just randomly gravitate towards Popeye. I don't know why.
Weirdos always...
They just always go towards him.
Weirdos always find me.
Now, I am going to say this, because I'm going to bust a Cowboy's balls here a little bit. Okay? So I get there, and I'm like... Everybody,
at the gas station.
At the gas station.
Yes.
Everybody tells me, "Oh, dude, it was so funny. This girl,
I take this
girl did this, and she got Popeye, and she's a meth head." I go, "Cool. Who got it on film?" Silence. Crickets, dude. I'm like, are you fucking
Cowboy's
kidding
job.
me? It's Cowboy's job. Like, everybody has a smartphone. At least get me something here.
Yeah.
So we missed it. We can't even. Yeah, that's all right.
did.
I got a bust.
memories.
Hey, I've missed shit before.
I was worried about getting gas in my tank.
You're right.
I wouldn't get left behind.
So he's got a 5-gallon tank, and it took, 4.6 gallons?
Mine was 7.
You took 7 gallons in a 5-gallon tank? That's impressive.
Oh my gosh. I put a 4.7.
4.7.
Quick, pour this man a drink. It gets easier. 4.7.
One for Cowboy.
Can't quite catch up
4.7. 4.7.
Get a little buzz going on. I'm not quite as quick.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
You can jump on them easier. Yeah.
It was more, I just didn't want to slow the group down because we were done. We were wanting to get in for the night.
It was
and I was
hot.
like, great, the Street Bob's going to come to end these guys early. So
I'm not gonna lie to you.
or may have not rode the clutch at the top, laying down against my tank, trying to save every ounce of gas. But we made it to a gas station, so it worked.
Yep.
I was surprised.
Barely.
Came in on fumes.
Me and Lurch, after I landed the drone and stuff, after I got the shots I needed and we were behind you, I'm like, yeah, they're not making it. I go, this is going to be great. So I had my camera ready. I go, check this shit out. We're going to find them on the side of the road. It's going to be great. I was kind of pissed that you made it, honestly. It would have been great for the film. But nonetheless, I
think Sarge still owes me money for that one.
Probably.
Because I
buy
made
you
it.
beers or something.
Yeah.
So after that little debacle, at some point in this thing, I leaned over talking to you and I was like, hey, we started so let's back it up to the beginning. I wanted to start this sumbitch off at 8 o'clock in the morning. Ryan says, "What about like 9:30?" I go, compromise and give you 9 o'clock. So we started we leave the day at 9 o'clock, and I remember I had made 8 o'clock in my head before you did that, knowing there was a time change. I forgot about it once Ryan cried. These damn film guys.
I got to get all my gear ready and shit. I got things to do.
So he wanted to leave later to get all of his shit ready. And like I said, we forgot about the time change, which put us into Missoula fairly late. And everybody knows the later you get, the stronger COVID gets.
Shit, here we go.
It's like shit gets shut down at 10 o'clock and whatnot. It's like on our Oregon trip, shit gets shut down at 10 o'clock.
Right.
Because it just gets...
It's the virus of the night.
Yeah, it gets strong.
It's stronger in the dark.
And so it was already, probably damn near 8:30. So we're pushing the witching hour by the time we got in, changed in Missoula there, and went out for dinner that night.
Yep. And we did find a place. Oh, I had the old shepherd's pie, dude. It was good. Big Daddy.
A lot of us did.
Big Daddy recommended it. Big Daddy was
good.
like, I got there after you guys, and he had the shepherd's pie, and I was like, oh yeah. The Stone of Accord was the name of it in Missoula.
And that was the place as we were riding in. Everybody was lining the main drag. There's people with chairs. They were in the back of their pickups. And so we're like, what the heck's going on? Like, are we missing a parade? And there's all these hot rods and rice burners, and everybody's going down. Come to find out, that's what they did as a community during COVID to get out during, the weekends or whatever.
Event.
They just did a cruising event. And it was actually super cool to see just everybody out. They had signs up and just chilling.
And that's where BD, you want to finish this night before you get into that?
No, finish this day. Yeah, I'm just getting it ready. Yeah.
That's where BDK met up with us because he rode over with Sinbad, his wife, Cindy, and they met us there. They decided Rick was filling orders at the store. And then so he bombed over on I-90 after, which is funny because he didn't leave till like noon or some shit, right?
And he was there before us.
He's there before us.
He bombed it on the freeway, though.
Right.
On the old trike.
Yeah,
on the old trike.
The old trike. Traded in.
The trike may have not made it through this whole trip.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
So anyway, he met us with Sinbad there, and we all went out for dinner, came back, had a few drinks at the room. Mm-hmm. That was the only night we, for the most part.
No, the last night you guys ended up in our room, remember?
No, I was going to say went hard though.
Oh, went hard. Yeah,
okay. A lot of people go hard on night one.
Yeah, it tends to happen.
Oh, there was a few of us. There wasn't a lot.
There's 4 or 5.
You guys did stay up that night, didn't you?
Not all of us.
I got a pretty good picture.
Not all of us. It just happened in my room.
Right. That's right. Now it's coming back.
And then my other 2 roommates were.
Did you guys finish the peanut butter whiskey?
Staying up. I never.
No,
had
we were
any.
drinking that. We were drinking vodka.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Somebody bought peanut butter whiskey. It was Goat.
Goat.
And Goat bought the peanut butter whiskey.
So it's pretty funny.
My roommates, they went at it.
We going to tell this story?
No.
All right, I will.
You guys tell me. I don't have this on the notes.
So
this is the exclusive shit.
This is, remember?
Ride longer and treat your ass with some respect already. Get hooked up with a premium butt buffer seat cushion. This company of bikers developed a super thin hospital-grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials. And it's unlike those gel pads. that will leak if punctured. The butt buffer is designed not to slide around in your seat, fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, easily cleans, and helps to dampen vibrations. With plenty of models to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head over to the law-abiding biker store and check out our lineup of butt buffer seat cushions.
We talked about it.
So I
wake up.
So we're all
added that height of bed.
That's right.
So we brought in a freaking rollout bed.
Somebody
for
halfway
Squirt,
made it.
And so Squirt was. We had to triple up in that room that night, and so Squirt, like I said, got the rollout bed. And I woke up, take a leak in the middle of the night, and as I'm walking back to the bed, I'm like, "What the fuck?" I look over and Squirt's laying at the foot of Cowboy's bed crosswise.
I remember the picture now.
Just a cross, face down.
You weren't snuggling.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Don't give me that. I wake up.
I don't know why he was naked and the Vaseline was out, but hey.
This guy.
No, but he was, he's sideways freaking sleeping on the bed. I'm like, what the hell happened? You don't remember. He must have got up.
He got up to go to the bathroom, and then on his way back, he just kind of fell, and he goes, "It was a bed. I thought it was mine." So he just went to bed.
Squirt, dude.
Just across, because his bed was on the far end between mine and the window, and it was a tight room with that many beds. But
surprised you didn't kick him out and roll him onto the floor.
I got a great Polaroid of it.
Yeah,
we were inverted. Name that movie. If you name that movie, we'll send you a free bottle of
name it. Yeah.
free bottle of whiskey.
Name that movie.
Am I in any way authorized to give shit away on this program?
I was going to say Popeye's sending you that.
So Popeye's going to send you a bottle of whiskey.
I don't know if that's official.
Too funny. No, I'm glad you bring it up because it's bringing back memories now. Now I remember seeing the photos the next morning. I don't put everything on the notes, so it's awesome having you guys here for that. So, all right, we're going to run right in. So we some of us called it a night, and that's how the night ended up for some of the guys there. Poor.
So later, we'll get into day 2 here in a second, but because of this night,
47 minutes in, day 2 coming up. Stand by.
Squirt told me, he's just like, holy shit. He goes, I was getting ready for because we were right up over Beartooth, and he's like, I was just ready for that day to be done. It was so hot. I was hungover. I was laughing at him.
We're going to do this real quick and we're going to move right in, guys. Hey, Bikeaholics, searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? Zero 3D has the products you dream about for your bike. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for Harley-Davidson and Honda Goldwing motorcycles. Zero 3D's got your back with chrome and black parts, lighting, and other comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation. That equals less time installing and more time riding. Zero 3D has a design team of riders with over 40 years experience with a passion for design and innovation. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them. Email sales@zero3d.com. Give them a call, 715-808-0027. Check out your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for Zero or Gold Strike parts. A new leader has emerged, so check out Zero 3D's custom line of Gold Strike products for the all-new Honda Goldwings. Better yet, help support us. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D products. There you go, guys.
Nice.
All right.
Good people, too. We'll get into that later.
Heck yeah.
People.
Got to
I
spend some
figured
time
out
with
that
them.
music. If any of you guys played games back in the day, Halo, that's what that music sounds like.
No shit.
The
huh?
video game Halo.
I never played Halo. I played some other games.
Yeah, that's what it says.
All right, so day 2, we're going to move right along. This wasn't a huge long day, but this would have been Sunday, August 9th. We needed to get from Missoula, Montana to Billings, Montana, and lay some miles, 472 miles, 9 hours, 10-minute saddle time. But we had the reason it was going to take so long is because we had, of course, we're not just bombing the freeway on our way there. We're taking some scenic routes. It's very similar to the route we took back in 2000 and what would that have been? 15 at the 75th. So where did we stop for lunch? Oh, yeah, I had we stopped in Livingston,
Montana.
There's not much to the first part of the day. We just got to lunch, but the place I picked, I always pre-pick our lunch stops. I try to look at reviews and make sure they're not sketchy and make sure they have beer, cold beer, usually on tap. We try to make sure they have it on tap. But we ended up, and the funny thing is, because we ended up here at the same place 5 years ago, right? The Chop House.
We did, because we had
Livingston.
started out, I don't remember what the name of the original lunch spot we were going to, but it had moved like across town, and it was just a tap room. All they had was beer. And we're like, well, shit, that ain't going to work. And the Chop House we had lunch at, like you said, in 5 years before. And when me and Sarge rolled through town, we were actually pointing, like, hey, that's the freaking place we had it before. And
I forgot.
Oh, this is the one we did like the roundabout around town, trying
right
to
where
find
the
the
train
restaurant.
tracks run right by it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so swung into there and good food. So if you're going through Livingston looking for a good spot
it was a cool
for
place.
lunch, the Chop House. They got good food, good beer, good spot to stop.
That's where I squirt blew up the bathroom.
Yeah.
Straight. So I go in the bathroom.
Might
There's
have
a couple,
something to do with the night before.
Look at the
Might have had
camera.
something to do with the night before.
couple things happen in the bathroom.
Whoa.
And, I'm gonna disclose both of them. You might want to remove your children from the room. A couple things happen in the bathroom. So I walk in and I'm sitting there taking a leak, and I hear
You sit to take a leak?
I did not, because it was being occupied.
Occupado.
I heard pain. I heard someone in pain in the stall, and it was not pretty. It was explosive. It sounded like explosion, and I didn't realize who it was. So I walk out and I'm like, holy cow, dude. I didn't realize. And I asked these guys, I'm like, dude, some dude is in pain. And they're like, oh, that's Squirt. Where's Squirt? It's Squirt. He's squirting. That's where he got his nickname.
One of them. Right? Double meaning.
Yeah. Well, right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We'll get into
that's
the other
where
one.
the original
Squirt
came from. And then
it was right there. He got his nickname.
Yeah, that's
was.
where it kind of
right then and there.
You got the squirts, huh? And so it came out of squirt. But then, so the double meaning of it is obviously he is the youngest guy in the crew, and so just a little squirt.
Yeah,
you got Sturgis Jeff, who holy shit grilled him relentlessly
geez.
during
Holy
this
crap. I'm
trip.
glad he was there.
Oh my God. Well,
Jeez.
Sarge is talking about all this stuff from when he was a boy and like when Custer's battle and shit went on and when the area was established. And so Sarge is
He went with Sacagawea, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't Sarge there
he
as
came-
they came west?
Oh, God. Here we
So
go.
he knows that.
Right,
stuff.
that's what I'm saying.
Firsthand.
That's what I'm saying. He's talking
talking
about all this stuff
firsthand.
from when he's a boy.
Yeah.
And he's asking Squirt about it, who is he's in his 20s, his mid 20s. And
God,
so,
he's young.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Sarge is just grilling him about all this history, and he's like, "Fuck, I don't know."
Because he's trying to get in the club, guys. He's a prospect member, if you didn't know. He's a prospective, and so Sarge is putting him to the test.
and then
He's
he'd be like, "Well, if you don't know this, you owe drinks for everybody tonight."
Exactly, just calling him out the whole time. And Squid's got such a good Squirt's got such a good
man.
personality.
And then
And-
Squirt's he's rocking it because he's
The Google
using
machine.
the tools that he has as a phone, and then Sarge is giving him, well, you can't use your phone.
Put your phone away.
Well, that's what it's for. Like,
That's what we do, us 20-year-olds.
yeah, that's what we do.
We've never seen an encyclopedia. What is that you speak of?
Right.
The other weird thing that happened in the bathroom is that we started meeting more people as we got closer to Sturgis, but there's a guy in there and I'm behind him waiting to wash my hands on the sink, and he keeps looking up in the mirror at me. I told you guys this.
Yeah.
Keeps looking
Yeah,
up in the
yeah,
mirror and
yeah.
he's like, I forget exactly what he said. Ryan, holy shit, Ryan Urlacher, I watch your YouTube videos. And so I came out. He was sitting at a table there with a group. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but that was kind of funny. So, and unfortunately, he had to hear Squirt's pain too. I don't think he knew that Squirt was with
he was
us.
attached to this group.
No. So, all right, take it away. Let's talk about the. So we left. It was getting pretty hot. It was like 100 degrees, and it was time to hit Yellowstone.
You remember this part there, cowboy? Or
Which part?
Yeah. So we headed.
was a
We're heading
lot.
towards Yellowstone north entrance to the park is where we came into. We stopped outside of there.
What's that city right there, right at the north entrance? I can't
I
remember.
don't
It's
know.
fine.
That's the Google machine.
Yeah. That would be a hard one.
So it doesn't matter.
Well, quick
shit.
plug. If
Yes,
you want to
please.
see a photo, I took a photo of Oscar right before we went into the north entrance. And that's on my website if you want to see it. It's a black and white of old Oscar.
That's a good photo,
and
bro.
it's a pretty. It looks pretty cool. I mean,
does look
Oscar's
cool.
just crushing it, being a model that he didn't know
He was.
He
You put
was
a-
doing it. I just kind of snapped it real quick on our break. So if you want to check that out,
You put a nice Photoshop on that, nice filter. Use a filter, and then you probably tweaked it a little bit.
a little bit, a little.
It looks nice, bro. I
preset
saw
on her.
that. A little preset on it.
Yeah.
And then,
So that was right before we went in. That was actually our last gas stop. Right
Yeah.
before.
So we filled up there, and if we find the town, we find the town.
whatever. There's a logo.
It's a town, has gas.
Yep. And entered into the park. And
Is it Hall?
I don't know.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it's Hall.
because we had to go across the bridge, right? We went across back over the river.
It doesn't matter.
Hard to say.
It's hard to say nowadays. Just wait for BDK. He'll post it somewhere in there.
You're not even in freaking.
Where am I?
You're not even in Yellowstone.
This
Missoula.
map, dude.
Yeah.
So we went from where are we going?
No,
to stay?
Buttes on the way back. I thought. Did we stop on the way there too?
Yeah,
Did
we
go
went through
Butte?
it. We went through Butte on the way there for just a little bit.
Oh yeah, the real name.
So
Butte.
yeah, we entered the park, hotter than hell, and part of the
It's not me. It's
part of the
planners.
concern when we entered the park. And shit,
this
actually,
is Yellowstone right here, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Hey Popeye.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
I don't know. I'm trying. He's all over
Look
the
at-
place. I'm trying to delay for him here a little bit. And like, how do you concentrate with this going on? You're trying to tell a story.
So we went into the
all
north entrance for the 20th time.
So Ryan's trying to find this thing, and he's got the map just going all over hell
know,
right now.
fucking ride
and
camera
I'm
does
seeing it out of the corner of my eye, and so I'm trying to let him delay a little bit for him as well as tell the story. And clearly, I'm all jacked up in both, of course.
Wow.
But so
How long do you want this podcast, Ryan?
I know, dude. We're doing good.
So anyway, we enter the park. We're a little concerned about right away. It doesn't take long. There's some signage about roads being closed and shit.
Yeah.
And we had heard that the reservations were shutting down some of the roads. And so there's signage like, yeah, you can't get through this way. Well, shit, I'm not from there. I don't know exactly where the road, where it's going.
Just have to guess.
So we ended up having to pull over on the side of the road and check our maps to make sure that the current road was actually going to get us where we needed to go, which ultimately that day was Billings, Montana.
Billings.
But so riding through the park, pretty awesome.
This is it right here. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Just keep talking, Popeye.
So
Don't watch
right
the
away,
screen. Don't watch
right
the
away when we come into the
Multitasker.
into the city is we got elk and shit that are standing around on the park grounds. Whatever that little like ranger area was. And there's a whole herd of elk.
Oh, yeah, and like
there's a whole
city
herd of elk
area.
that are standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so a bunch of people stopped and shit. You looking at the elk, but so it was pretty cool. You know,
I got some good video of bison.
Yeah,
We stopped right next to some.
yeah. That's what I was
Did
going
we
to say. As we
determine
continued
if
on,
they're
there's
bison or buffalo? We had this
I
conversation.
think they're the same thing, aren't they?
No, we looked this up.
Really?
They're different animals. They're from the same. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I think me and Lurch looking at pictures determined that they were bison.
We'll just call them Tatanka.
We did.
Name that movie. That's
I
another
already
free
know
bottle
it,
of
dude.
whiskey.
Another free bottle of whiskey.
Free bottle of whiskey.
That Popeye's not going to send you.
We're dating ourselves though because I know all these.
Well, most of our crowd knows
Yeah,
this
true,
too. I mean,
that's
they're
true.
not like a bunch of 20-year-olds listening to this.
We might have a few.
Yeah, there's probably a few, not a ton. But so no, riding through the park, man. Yeah, we come across a bunch of Tatankas walking alongside of the road. Shit, we had to stop for one that's a little unnerving.
It is, dude.
Remember the frickin' the adventure bike rider that passed
Oh yeah,
us?
the guy that was passing us,
Yeah,
and then he
was
went
trying to
over
catch
into
up to
the
his group,
Yeah.
and he's trying to pass. There's all kinds of cars stop whenever you come across Tatankas and shit. And so this guy's.
I'm pretty sure they were bison.
They
They're
were
saying
bison.
Bison's North American.
Yeah.
What's the difference then?
See, me and Lurch were
Well, I'm
right.
looking them up. Right
We
now.
looked all this up and
Yeah.
we discussed
But
it.
it's saying
So he's
bison
trying to
right
get
now.
around Tatanka, and Tatanka's not really having any of it.
No.
And he's getting
He
ready to
did
plow
not
over a
give-
little adventure bike rider.
Yeah.
And adventure bike rider kind of started pushing his bike back because I think he realized he was screwed. Me, on the other hand, I'm sitting there going, all I've got is a 9mm on my hip.
Exactly. That's all. Yeah.
I don't even know if I can get through this thing's skull.
I had a 40, but it would
You're
probably just
gonna piss
him
the
off.
dude off.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
But with 800 rounds for the group of us, maybe we get somewhere with it.
Right, yeah. At least get him to think twice and be like, I should leave the area. The shit hurts. About the third one stings
Barbecue
real
his ass
good.
Yeah. And then we
Yeah,
had
so
to bail out.
It was a beautiful day though to go to Yellowstone to ride through there.
Yeah, it was
absolutely
cool. It was
gorgeous
cool.
day.
Out of Yellowstone, and then Yellowstone skirts, once we get out of Yellowstone, you're basically skirting the border up and over the beautiful Beartooth
Dude, that was cool.
Pass.
I wish we weren't rushed because I wanted to, like, there were so many times I wanted to stop and, like, get some film or some photos or something because we were hitting it right. Well, as you can see, it was a late night, but we were hitting it towards the end of the day, which was perfect. And it's just, man, it's like
9.5
frustrating,
hours
but
of saddle time.
Yeah, it was a
is
long
about
day.
what this day is. So by the time you build in
long day.
lunch and other stops,
Yep.
shit, it's a long day in the saddle.
Beautiful though.
It was.
You
Beautiful
really
area,
can't. You
man.
really can't hit Beartooth Pass on much better weather than we had.
Oh,
It did
no.
get a little windy and nasty up top,
Yeah.
but that's normal. You know, I mean,
Right,
you're at a
you're
high
being that
elevation.
yeah.
Wish the one guy would have pulled over for us. Remember the pickup?
Jeez.
Oh,
25 would not get the hell out of the way. It
Yeah.
was pissing me off.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But
You get
beautiful
in
weather,
cages.
getting up and over. And the other thing that I would say was a bonus about going up and over the pass later in the evening like
Having
that.
a touring bike.
Touring bike is always better. But no, very little traffic because they actually
That's true.
closed that
Yeah,
road after like 2200
Yeah,
or
yeah.
2300 or something like that. They actually closed Beartooth Pass. It's closed to traffic. And so I didn't even know that.
We didn't
Maybe
know, we
more-
just got lucky.
Yeah, we got lucky.
Yeah,
So
we
maybe
did.
other people knew that, and so they don't start out later in the day. So we had very little traffic
Yeah, that was
on the
nice.
road heading up and over. But yeah, made a stop. We got some great drone footage
Coming down the other side.
Drone
Some good
footage.
drones. But yeah, coming down the other side, had some great drone footage of the group riding down that Ryan would have got for the video. There's some beautiful stuff there.
Yeah, that'll make it. I
Came
think
down-
some of that may have made the preview, but
All right.
can't remember.
All right, Bill's got some wisdom.
Okay.
Bill
Bisons
Schreiber.
are the hipsters of the two animals, sporting thick beards.
Ah, nice.
Buffalo are beardless.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. I like it beardless.
Hipsters.
Tell you that right now.
Yeah, Ryan's all about the beardless.
I'm all about the beardless.
hipsters.
Well, me and Lurch were right, but we just looked at pictures on Google and we're like, yeah, that looked
that
more like a
seems like
bison.
normal.
That shit was a bison.
It's a pretty good meme of hipsters saying, if you've got a beard like this and you can't run a chainsaw, you need to shave your beard.
Oh, that's funny shit, dude. Yeah, no doubt, dude.
Anywho.
So anyway, we come down through Red Lodge. That night, Red Lodge is a cool town. One of these years, we're going to have to stay a night or two in Red Lodge because we've been through there twice now. And every time I've been, well, the two times I've been through there, it just looks like a badass place.
Dude, it's so cool looking.
Yeah.
I really wished we could have. We could have, and I think Jeff mentioned it. Sturgis Jeff asked everybody, but it would have put us
Yeah.
in way after dark. It was already dusk when we were getting in, you know, and then we would have had to ride from Red Lodge.
Not a good idea.
No, in there
Tons of deer.
to Butte, right?
No.
Billings. Sorry,
Billings.
Billings at dusk. We got in at dark at Billings, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got in pretty late at Billings. Me and Cowboy parked the bikes and hurried up and got changed, I think, or maybe didn't even change, and headed out to dinner over at the Montana Brewing Company.
Yep.
Montana.
So here's a good story for you.
Uh-oh.
So me and Cowboy head out walking over. It's just the two of us because we're going to go scout out the destination. I'm sorry if you're from Billings, but Billings is kind of a shithole.
Wow. He just,
No offense taken if you're from Billings.
I love Montana. Most Montana, and maybe it was just the area that we were in. Most Montana towns are awesome. They're kind of old west. This was not. And I don't think I'd ever stayed in Billings.
Yeah, I don't think we have up to this point.
We've passed through many times, but we've never stopped and stayed. So like, there's just all types of druggies and shit yelling at me and Cowboy as we're walking over, and as we're walking up, we're on a block away from the damn hotel, and all of a sudden I just hear a like, what the fuck was that?
Oh my God.
As we turn around, here's this minivan was taking the corner, loses its left front tire, jumps the curb, ends up on the sidewalk.
I am not at
there
work,
should-
please. For
There
God's
should be
sake.
video of that.
There should.
Because I had
you
my
did.
camera out that day, that night.
So they kind of back off the freaking sidewalk and just park it for the night. So we continue walking. Well, I was kind of fucked up. So as we continue walking along the way, here's somebody walking across the sidewalk. And there, you remember what type? Was that a Mustang?
It was a Mustang. He was going to turn left,
Yeah.
and this dude's walking across the street. And dude gets about midway. It's a one-way, 3 lanes. Dude gets about mid-lane, and this Mustang just drops throttle. And it's not a nice Mustang. Like, it's an old beat-up, and he just drops it.
Got some horsepower, though.
Oh, dude, he starts
what I hear.
smoking the
That's what I hear.
back, keeps smoking the back tires, and then he spins just right next to this dude.
Tokyo
Just
drifting it.
totally drifts this dude. And I was like, oh shit, we're gonna see this dude's cream him. And the guy walking on the sidewalk wouldn't even look at him. He
Never
just
missed a
kept
beat.
pace.
Just cool as
Just
shit.
kept pace and kept walking.
Cool
And I was like,
Joe.
holy shit.
I mean, the dude's back end of his Mustang is swinging
Sideways.
around. It is
Oh, my
totally
gosh. I
sideways. So
couldn't
the
believe
front
it.
end is following dude as he's crossing the crosswalk.
Yeah.
Totally sideways. And I thought actually he was going to swing the car around.
I thought he was going to lose it.
I thought he was going to lose it.
Yeah,
But he kept it
for
under
sure.
control, just kept the power to the axles. And yeah, like Cowboy said,
Alcohol helped.
dude never missed a beat. What was even more funny is like you said, alcohol helps because I'm sure he was sober.
As he
definitely.
pulls over at the bar, just half a block down, he just pulls
beer
over.
bottles roll out.
Remember the guys walking like 15 minutes later that were coming to meet us over at the brewing company.
Yeah.
Watched him doing another
Do it
burnout.
again, yeah. He did it again, man. He was out just rocking.
I heard
it.
some other cars ripping around too, like blocks just peeling out.
Oh,
like a
yeah.
couple, you could hear it echo through the city. It's kind of a wild fucking place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild West.
They
But the
got 'em.
Montana Brewing Company, I would give it 2 thumbs up.
Yep.
Good beer.
Oh,
They had
that
good
place
food.
was cool.
That was a
Except
cool little-
for
cool
the
little
drunk
town.
guy that was in there when we got
Singing.
there. Singing. He finally left, but
Yeah.
the
You guys remember-
company was legit.
The
beer
brewing company, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cool restaurant,
It was good service.
cool atmosphere.
You guys remember this? No, you will remember it after I mention it to you. It's not in the notes. And then we're gonna move right on. But so I'm out filming, and I'm filming some street stuff while food's being served because that's what I do. And
Oh, yeah,
I'm
the
out
guy
by
that followed
myself.
you in. Yeah.
So there's lots of mentals in Billings. They're all over the street walking around. It reminds me of North Furry Street here in our town, or close town. But I sense this. I'm like, I see him walking down the street, and I'm not even filming him. I'm filming other shit,
Right.
And I'm just clearly like, fucking mental. And so I start walking in the front door to go back in, and I look behind me, and I get this sense. I'm like, fucker's right on my shoulder, and I look over my shoulder, and I'm like, all right, maybe he eats here. I don't know, dude. Maybe he's got money, So I'm like, clearly. And so I walk in, he walks in, I open the door, and he's right with me. I walk to the table with you guys and sit down, and he walks straight up to our table and stares at us.
Oh, dude. He
And
was
I look at him, and everybody thought I did something. I'm like, I didn't.
Ryan, what'd you do?
I didn't even talk to this
What'd
guy,
you do,
dude.
Ryan?
I didn't do shit to this guy. And I still am. I forget. Did anybody say anything? I think you did, like, hi or something like that. Like, I think he realized when he started. He was.
Well, I think he realized you were with a group.
because he's a mental, and he probably was a little bit like, all right, I may be mental, but I'm putting 2 and 2 together. This shit does not look good for
I'm
me.
not going to win this one.
Because everybody's just staring at him because you guys are looking at me. I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is.
Reminds me of Wolverine years ago in Boise. I'm alone. I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we were 2 tables deep
Yeah.
at that point. I mean, we had
He
a
just
good group
stared
of
at everybody
dudes.
like one foot,
Yeah.
and somebody turned around. Lurch turned around because he's right on Lurch's back, and Lurch is like,
Yeah, that was
Hi.
weird.
What are you doing?
Good old Billings.
just about ready to get your ass handed to you. But he, after about a minute of staring, he just turned around and walked out.
You know
Walked
what
out the
else
doors.
was-
We're like, I have no idea what that was.
Oh,
guys.
You know what
Yeah.
else was
Yeah.
wonderful about this
Yeah.
place that BDK
Nice
just
call,
threw out there?
BDK. Nice call,
We're
buddy.
on the big screens going on is freaking roller derby from like 1985 or
Oh,
something.
dude, it was legit.
Big
these
Daddy
girls-
brought that up.
Yeah, these girls smashing each other and stuff. Funnier than hell.
That's a fun sport to watch.
Yeah.
Straight
Oh,
up,
yeah.
dude. Yeah, straight up. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's do this real quick, and then we're gonna keep rolling right along.
Oh yeah.
Are you searching for the easiest and quickest attachable luggage system for your motorcycle? Rick Rack has just what you're looking for. Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that can come loose and slap your paint.
Slap of the pain.
Slap it. Check out one of Rick Rack's quick, detached, strapless luggage rack systems. This father-son team designed something really special. Can't find it anywhere else. Yep, these guys ride, so they truly understand the needs of bikers. The Rick Rack quick attach system is strong, durable, and secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags to accompany your quick detach system. Once you use Rick Rack, you'll never go back. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics? Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags.
Tested and approved by the law-abiding biker crew.
Yeah, buddy, because we were rolling them to Sturgis, man.
We got a combined tens of thousands of miles of those.
We do. After multiple years now. Hell yeah. All right, let's move right into day 3, and then we're gonna keep
Billings
pumping
to
here.
Rapid City.
Pick it up.
Cowboy, you got it.
Pick up the
388 miles, according to old Ryan Erlacher here. That wasn't a bad day.
6 hours,
6
45.
hours, 45.
It's hot.
I mean, yeah, it was hot. Oh, man, Devil's Towers. Like, the spot was cool, but getting in with the crowd at the gate there, man, that was hot. So Highway 12 to Highway 24.
Now, before pick it up, because I didn't put it in the notes here, where did we stop? We stopped for lunch. And that really little town, it's going to be...
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Here, hang on. We got to get this in. So just give me a second, and I will pull this up.
That was the one right after I
was
got
in that
slapped
bar.
by the freaking road.
That was the little dive.
Yeah.
So as we're heading down to lunch, here's something for you, because we're on the Indian reservation.
Oh, we had to go across the res. That's right. Yeah.
So we're going across the res, and there are several double trailer semi trucks.
Yeah.
And it is harvest season for hay. And they are
hay? Or hay.
For hay.
Sorry. Okay.
So they are hauling the massive big rolls of hay that are like rolled up. And these low boys are, holy shit, they are loaded down heavy. We're following one of them down the hill. Remember that? It was just before lunch.
Yeah,
and
I thought I was smoking.
Oh, God. I can't believe his brakes didn't catch on fire. And there is just smoke just billowing off of this dude's brakes. Every time he'd even touch them, about halfway down this pass that we were on, it just starts smoking like crazy. I was just waiting for it to catch on fire. But Lurch told us basically on an Indian reservation, they can do whatever the hell they want. There's no rules.
It was dangerous. It's a fatality waiting to happen, dude. I'm just saying, man, that was
so overloaded.
Yeah, that's
ridiculously overloaded. Pretty awesome.
So there's the name of it if you want to talk about it.
Brodus, Montana, Big Sky Bar.
Talk about that
was
little
cool,
joint.
man. That was a cool little place.
It was cool. It was she was nice.
She was nice.
Super nice, working her ass off too.
Yep, to take care of us.
Was that the one where
100
the orders
degrees.
kept getting kind of...
It was the chicken strips and fries
I
and
got the
bottled beer.
wrong one, yeah.
And some of us bought whiskey because they're a dual liquor store restaurant.
Yeah.
We're like, you got whiskey for sale, buy a bottle of whiskey, so we have it at the hotel later. So
Right.
yeah, she. What else about, dude? Freaking.
I don't know. I didn't think that place was anything special about it. It was
wasn't.
just a little bar,
there's those
bar
little-
food.
Yeah.
She told us
Got
about
the job done.
She
Oh,
told
she
us
told
about
us the
some
other bar.
place, but we didn't have time to.
Yeah, we did not. That one
stop.
is not too far outside of Devil's Tower. That bar that she was talking about, and I do not remember the name of it either. But it's a major biker bar because there's a lot of bikes there when we went by.
Yeah,
it.
we drove by and there was a lot.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the time. We didn't want to get in too late.
Yeah.
It was and the place, it was somewhere to eat. Like I say, the lady was super nice, and when I was walking out, somebody left something. Oh, I had to replace my GoPro lens because we cracked one lens.
Right.
That's right. We figured out how to do that, and then the lady, somebody left something. I forget, a camera. Oh no, I went to the bathroom and I came out of the bathroom and my camera I had left on the table purposely because I was going to the bathroom, and she's like, fucking idiots. And I didn't tell you guys this. And she grabs my camera, she goes running out the door, and then she realized I was not there. She came back in and she goes, I didn't really mean it. I go, you don't know, you don't know us. We don't take offense to shit. Yeah. So
fucking idiot.
Yeah, I was right behind her when she did it. She turned around, she's like, shit. Cause she realized I wasn't
She realized
out there.
you didn't actually leave it.
Exactly. That I was just going to the bathroom. Yeah. Nice gal though.
Oh, man.
Good times. So Devil's Tower, 100 freaking degrees.
Oh my gosh, that was
How long did it take us to get in the entrance?
Oh, we must have
20
stopped
minutes.
for 20
everywhere.
minutes.
Bikes everywhere.
Sweating my ass off. Yeah, and for a lot of it, it's probably because people paying in cash or something stupid or pulling out cards.
Right.
And we're lucky enough that we have the interagency passes, and so we just got to show up. You whip out the card, show them, and you get waved through. So it was fast for our group, but everybody else,
Popeye likes to whip it out.
Oh yeah, anytime possible. So it took us a while to get through the entrance to it, and then we were able to cruise up there.
You can walk around the whole thing. It's like a mile around or something.
It might be, but
Something.
we have guys in our crew that are not exactly the physical specimens or the
time
don't want to go walk that far
in 100 degree heat.
In 100 degree heat.
Motorcycle clothing. Yeah.
And that happened to us at Zion too, though. Guys are like, I don't want to go fucking hike that far. It's a motorcycle trip, not a hiking trip.
I enjoyed that. I don't mind. I'd have walked around it, but I enjoyed hiking up.
I didn't need to see every side of it. So I was in there. It was 100 degrees. I was hot. I was, myself, I was ready to get out of there. And
it's cool to visit.
It's cool to visit.
Make sure you visit it. Yep. They've got little misters and stuff.
And it's
up
worth
there.
going in.
It is.
It is. I'd even said, I'm like, I went back to Sarge because the line was taking forever. I'm like, is this fucking thing worth going in and waiting for? And you go, oh yeah, so I'm like, okay.
Well, it's Sarge. Anything's worth.
Oh God, yeah.
Right. Anything that has history.
Yeah. I mean, once you get through though, it wasn't bad. I mean, they were coordinating the parking, which went really fast for as many bikes and cars as they were dealing with it. Yeah.
Very good job.
They were crushing it up there, bringing bikes around and parking them and kept it moving. So that part wasn't bad. It was just getting through the initial gate because you got all these bikers down there coming in and out of the road. And
Yep.
Yeah.
So stayed there, and then we pulled out of there, headed towards Rapid City.
Deadwood.
Sorry, which is towards Rapid City.
Right, it is. Stopped in Deadwood. You were probably getting to there. You're right, on both accounts.
He's still reading, Ryan. Let him catch up.
Sorry.
It's the next bullet point.
He's one line at a time.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going towards Rapid City, stopped into Deadwood, South Dakota, and when we pulled into Deadwood, that's exactly what I thought too. Man. It's like, oh shit, this is busy. Not as busy as obviously it's the 75th when we were there. Some of the parking lots and shit.
I don't know, dude. You think?
Well, there was the parking lot that we parked in during
Deadwood
the 75th.
Was busier than Sturgis.
Could be, but
this year.
We parked in the parking lot at 75th, and we could barely get into that big parking lot. And it was mostly empty, at least that particular.
At the 75th, we didn't stop.
Lot. Yeah, we did.
Did we briefly?
No, we went and walked around.
Did we?
Yeah, because I had a couple drinks that were Wild Bill had gotten killed.
Oh, yeah.
And we walked down and saw Dead Man's Hand, shit like that, and a couple of other places. We did walk around. Maybe you didn't know, but I definitely walked around because I said we had a beer or two in town. But so parking's pain in the ass. I mean, we had split the group up a bit.
Yeah.
But walked around and cool town, but it was evident right away that nobody gave two shits about COVID.
That's true. Yeah. No. COVID, there was no COVID existing.
No, there were signs actually up at the edge of town that said, COVID not welcome. COVID does not exist here.
It was
there's a lot of
fucking
people.
Packed.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's when it became abundantly clear that, which is cool. You'll see a lot of in the documentary film that we, not just I, but we and Lab were going to be meeting a ton of people because it was instant. We started getting stopped on the street and people recognized us and wanted to say hi. And we took a lot of photos and it was great. I didn't realize it was going to be that crazy. And Sturgis will get crazier with being stopped.
For sure.
I'm flattered because I want to meet you guys as bad. A lot of the people out there that want to meet us or the guys. But I had no idea that it was, that we're big enough now that we hadn't been to a big event like that since we've kind of gotten really big. And I was like, holy shit, I was getting stopped
because on the summer trip, I mean, this is obviously the people who we cater to or, is taking in our content. On the summer trips, we usually have multiple people now that recognize you somewhere, recognize a Lab shirt or something like that and stop and talk to us. But obviously this is the people who are absorbing
the core audience.
There you go. Like I told Ryan, I'm like, man, that's pretty cool that how much you're getting stopped going down the road, just walking to show what you've built. Right? Great American dream, right? Build up a company from nothing to walking around Sturgis and every 10 minutes or something, getting stopped. Somebody's saying hi and thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're building, the content you're putting out. So that was pretty cool to see just how much Lab has grown. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really was. Well said. Well said. It was amazing. And that would just continue on throughout Sturgis, which we'll talk about. But yeah, just all the people that took the time to stop and say hi. I definitely, and I know the guys do too, I definitely appreciate it because I want to meet you guys in person. So Deadwood was just fucking insane. Yeah. We didn't spend much time there. We got some cool footage. I know Cowboy did too. And we must only spend an hour there, hour and a half.
Yeah, not too long.
And it was just,
we're getting hungry.
It was too crazy. I wouldn't want to spend more time there. It's just, it was too, it was shoulder to shoulder in the bar. We had one drink, a couple guys in one of the bars. It was shoulder to shoulder. It was I was like, okay.
Well, that and for me, honestly, at that point, it was almost like a culture shock.
It was culture shock.
Because we're coming in from nearly 6 frickin' months of this, the Kung flu, and being on lockdown. Bars are closed after 10 o'clock, or whatever. They're shut down. So you got all these frickin' rules for damn near 6 months until we get to here, and all of a sudden there are no rules, and it's shoulder to shoulder people, and it's like, oh, holy shit! And then after a couple of days, you kind of do get used to it, and it's like, fuck this type of thing, So it was, it it was a culture shock a little bit, I think, like
It
to
was.
get into that. And you just waded like into the freaking deep end of the pool, right? I mean,
right.
You jumped right into it with both feet. It wasn't like hey, here's a little bit of people. It was this is packed. And it was just weird. Yeah, it was weird.
Yep, it was. So it was fun, but I was glad to get out of there. We were ready. It was hot. We were ready to get to Rapid City, and we rolled in our private residence in Rapid City.
So nice. Holy cow.
Some nice folks.
Holy cow. Those folks are so cool.
Amazing.
They just hooked us up.
They actually, the folks that give us their house, we pay them. We give them large donations. There's no contract or anything. They know we'll take care of them. Their son is a law enforcement officer here in one of our local areas, and they actually stayed in Rapid City at a friend's house just so we could have their house for the week.
Man.
And we're humbled
So
by
nice.
that. They did that last time at the 75th too. We're humbled by that. We try to take good care of them. We respect their property, but it's a house with 3 bedrooms, and they always have stuff for us. They have blow up mattresses ready, and it's just amazing. An amazing place to stay. So you don't have to sleep in one of the shitty campgrounds in a tent or something like, in all the other shitty overpriced places. We're just so blessed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's away from Sturgis, 30 minutes.
So even more amazing is that they open up their house to us. And like Ryan says, we give them a good donation, but just to open their house regardless and let basically a bunch of strangers stay. The only reason they do it is because we're law enforcement and they just appreciate law enforcement. And we're, some of the guys here are friends with their son. Mm-hmm. But even better, okay, we had a long, hot day on the road. And what do they have for us?
Always.
Cold beer.
Cold beer waiting.
Cold beer and dinner is all we've got to do is throw it on the barbecue.
Yeah.
They had burgers and
coolers.
They had a bunch of beer in the coolers for us.
Yeah.
And
They're
then they
amazing
had
people.
hot dog, or excuse me,
nice.
burgers. They're ready to go with potato salad. They got dinner. All we had to do was pull it out, cook, on the grill, and have a cold beer and sit down and relax and shit. That was sure nice after a hot day to be able to get in the air conditioning and sit out on the back deck and bullshit.
Oh, man. Super cool place.
Yep, blessed. So let's see. Should we call it here or should we get through? Yeah,
Day 4 is big, man. Day 4 is big, though.
It is. We only have
need
4
to
days
talk
because
about it.
9's easy because it's just
the last
going
couple
home.
days are easy.
Yeah.
The last couple days
Call
are
it
easy.
here.
Call
We're
it
in
here.
Sturgis.
Yeah. 9
the
day
debacles are getting
4.
ready to begin.
Yeah.
It's Sturgis. We're here.
There's
We're
the
in
hook.
town.
There's the hook.
We've made it, baby.
Day
We've
4 is big.
Made it.
Day 4
We
is
made
big.
it to
Made
Sturgis. That's going to be part 2 of 2.
Yeah.
You'll definitely want to take a listen to that. And of course, all you patron members who are here with us on the live video broadcast and chat,
You guys are awesome.
I appreciate you being here. And I'll also post this part 2 of 2, which we're going to record right now in a moment. I'll post part 2 of 2 in your patron account so you can have it months.
The back of your Patreon account.
The back
The
end.
back.
Months before everybody else gets it, guys. We appreciate you being here in the live chat. It was a good time, and we got Dave basically 4 through 9, and it's all about
All
in
Sturgis,
There's
baby.
some stories you got to hear. There's
Squirt.
some debacles.
Poor squirt. Poor squirt.
Yep. Well, we got some good stuff for you guys. So
Yeah, buddy.
thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Don't forget the Lab Podcast phone number if you ever want to just leave a quick voicemail. If you listen on our app, you can just call right there. But if you don't, and you listen on iTunes or somewhere else like that, or Apple Podcasts, it's 509-731-3548. That's 509-731-3548. Or leave us a voicemail from your computer.
What?
For free, anywhere in the world.
Jeez.
Lawabidingbiker.com
High-tech redneck right there.
voicemail or /contact for an email contact. We actually love the voicemails.
Voicemails.
I like to play them. I like to play them in the
Alone
up front.
in the bathroom.
Alone in the bathroom over and over on repeat. There you go, guys. We'd love to hear from you. We've got a lot of voicemails coming up in some future episodes. I've been stacking them up, so we're going to answer a bunch of your questions,
Nice.
play a bunch of those voicemails and all that kind of stuff, guys. So
Sweet.
there you go.
And if you want to, just cause, rate us on iTunes or Stitcher Radio if that's where you're listening on. It always helps the old law-abiding biker media group. So hit that like button.
Helps bump us
Hit the
up in the
subscribe.
rankings so more bikers around the world can find us and join this thing we call the hashtag.
Biker Revolution.
Nicely done. In stereo, Cowboy picking up the ratings. Remember to give us a 5-star. If I actually would appreciate a 7-star. I don't think you can do that, but if you try, if you can, at least a 5.
motherfucking 10. If you can name that video,
There you go.
Still got
Popeye
wood.
will still send
Still
you
got
a bottle
wood.
of whiskey.
Name it in chat. Name it in chat real quick. There's a 10-second delay. You got to name it in chat.
10.
See? Everybody that's listening to regular podcasts, you're missing out if you're not in the live chat here and stuff. We have a lot of fun. Name it, guys. Name it. All right. Thanks, everybody, for being there in the chat. You guys are still blowing it up. They have their own community and conversations in here.
That's good.
That's oftentimes not even what we're talking about, which is so cool that they can just have time to spend together as bikers. And
yeah, sorry, Don. Videos wasn't over at 3 minutes. Sorry your wife asked.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
We always stay right on track, guys.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That was a good one.